Welcome, dear students. So in the continuation with the topic on conic sections, so last time you saw one video where you got cleared with the concept of conic sections. Now that was with regard to the geometrical view. Now if we deal with conic sections as per coordinate geometry, we define a conic section in this way. Okay, so the one thing that you always need to remember is SP by PM is equal to E. Now what is the meaning of this? Let's try to understand. Okay, so S stands for focus. Okay, M stands for, okay, so let me write first P. S after that is P, right? So P stands for moving point. Moving point, and M is the perpendicular distance of what? Of P to a fixed line. Okay, so I've just noted down what are the meaning of SP and M. Now let's try to understand what is the meaning of this. Now a conic section is any curve, okay, whose ratio, okay, so this is the ratio, isn't it? Now the ratio of a moving point on the 2D surface from the fixed point. Okay, so S is always a fixed point. Try to understand my point. So there's a 2D space, okay, and there's a point moving over there, okay, and that point is P, okay, and the distance of this fixed point, this point, moving point from a fixed point, and what is that fixed point? Fixed point is S, isn't it? So this is my fixed point, and the distance of P from S is given by SP, isn't it? And if the ratio of this distance SP to what? To a fixed line, okay, so this is a fixed line, remember, this is my fixed line and this is my fixed point. So this is my fixed point, and the perpendicular distance, so distance means always a perpendicular distance, so perpendicular distance of that moving point to a fixed line, is always a constant. Okay, so what is this? This E is a constant, and this E is known as eccentricity. Okay, now if this happens, then this particular point P, that is moving point P, covers a path, and that path is called conic section. Okay, now in case of, see here, now if you visit to that particular video again, there you see that when you cut a right circular cone, you'll get circle as well, isn't it? Now for circle, my E value will be equals to, now we know that circle is also a conic section, so that means if it is a conic section, then that means that this must be satisfied, isn't it? So if this is satisfied, then the value of E for circle will always be equals to 0. Now another is parabola. Okay, so for parabola, eccentricity will always be equals to 1. Okay, for ellipse, my E will always be less than 1. Okay, and for another conic section, that is hyperbola, E will be always greater than 1. So these are the things that you need to remember for doing or for learning conic sections. So pause the video and note down. So the first conic section, as you all know, is parabola. Now, as we have already learnt about circle, now we need not do it again and again. So we'll directly go to parabola now. Now for parabola, we know that E is equal to 1, isn't it? That means SP by PM is equals to 1. So that means for parabola we have SP equals to PM. Can you say that? Yes. Now what is S? S is the fixed point, isn't it? So we call this fixed point as focus. Okay. And P is the moving point. M is the perpendicular distance of P. M is a point on that fixed line, and that fixed line, I forgot to mention, that fixed line is known as directrix. Okay, so M is a point on the directrix which is exactly perpendicular to P, isn't it? So when you join P and M, you'll get a line which is perpendicular to the directrix, isn't it? Now basically the distance between focus and the moving point and the moving point and that directrix will be the same. Okay, and if you do that, okay, so for example, if this is my directrix, fixed line, isn't it? And if this is my focus, that is fixed point, okay, then I have to choose P such a way that the perpendicular distance, that is this, okay, so if this is my P and this, okay, so this is my SP and this is my PM, both of them have to be equal. Okay, now since this is a moving point, so this will be keep moving. For example, if it moves out here, then this is my SP and this is my PM. Now again, these seems to be bit equal, isn't it? Similarly, this point may move somewhere out here. So in that case also, we see that this is my SP and this is my PM. I'm just finding perpendicular distance. Okay, so again, this and this seems to be somewhat equal. Now similarly, if you find or if you draw some more points like this, where this is my SP and this is my PM, then you find that when you join all these curves, okay, all these points, then you'll get a diagram somewhat like this. Okay, so this kind of diagram is obtained, isn't it? Now this is not going to be like circle, so it will be slightly deviated curve compared to circle, and this kind of figure is known as parabola. Okay, now you might have seen that in a projectile motion, the path covered by that particular projectile will be what? It will be a parabolic path, isn't it? So you know that when a projectile is thrown upward, it will cover this kind of path, isn't it? So this path is also known as parabola. In fact, this and this both are same. Okay, so with that in our mind, let's see few problems and let's see how to find the equation of parabola. So the first question for the day: find the equation of the parabola whose focus and directrix are 2, 3 and x minus 4y plus 3 equals to 0 respectively. Okay, so basically in such kind of problems, we have to make use of this particular formula. Okay, so a plus b plus c whole square will be equals to this much. This formula will be used in this case. Now, since it is parabola, yes, since it is parabola, we know that SP is equals to PM, right? Okay, now what is P? P is a moving point, okay, and remember S is your focus, okay, and since P is a moving point, you have to take the coordinate of P to be always HK, okay, so that's why you have to write let P HK be a moving point. Remember that you always need to start with this. Okay, now we know that SP is equals to PM and this is my S, isn't it? So if this is my S, and if this is my P, then what will be SP? SP will be, use distance formula, yes, which says that square root of x2 minus x1. So you can take h as x2, 2 is x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is my SP, okay, equals to, now PM, the perpendicular distance of P to this directrix. Now there is a formula from straight line again. If you have ax plus by plus c equals to 0 to be the straight line, and if you want to find the perpendicular distance of p h comma k, then the perpendicular distance is given by a, instead of x we write h, plus instead of y I write k, plus c is there, so we'll put modulus and we'll divide it by h square plus k square. So this is the distance, perpendicular distance formula for a straight line from a given point. Same thing is happening here, isn't it? There's a straight line given to us, and this is the point. So the perpendicular distance of h comma k to this, that is PM, will be what? It will be equals to, see here carefully, h minus 4k plus c is 3 whole divided by, okay, so next is, I'm sorry, this will be a square plus b square, not h square k square. This is a square plus b square. So what is the coefficient of h out here? It is a. What is the coefficient of h out here? It is 1, right? So it will be 1 square plus, it is b square. Formula says it has to be b square. Now b square means b is the coefficient of k. Now what is the coefficient of k out here? It is minus 4. So that's why it will be minus 4 square. Okay. Now in order to get rid of this modulus sign and square root sign, we will square both sides. So if I square both sides, then I'll get h minus 2 whole square plus whole square. So the square of this will be h minus 4k plus 3 whole square, and the square root of this, so this will be 1 plus this will be 16, isn't it? So this is 17, right? The 17 comes out here. So if 17 comes out here, then we get 17 into this full thing, isn't it? So let's expand this as well. So this is my a minus b whole square. So this will be a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? So a is h, so 2ab, b is 2, so this will be b square. I'm sorry, this is the expansion of only this. We have got plus out here, yes. Now we have to expand this as well. So let's expand this. So if I expand this, then I'll get a square minus 2ab is 3 plus b square. So this is the expansion of left hand side. Okay, so equals to, now let's apply. See here, this 17 has already come out this side, yes. We have a plus b plus c whole square. Okay, so this is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2 into a b plus b c plus c a. Okay, so let's put the value now. So what is a? A is h. What is b? B is this full thing, that is minus 4k. I hope this is visible to you. C is 3, so 2ab. A is h, b is minus 4k, bc minus 4k, c is 3, ca is h. Okay, so let's simplify this further. So we have 17 h square minus 4h plus, okay, so let me directly simplify this. This is 4, this is 9, isn't it? So 4 plus 9 gives me 13. So we will write that 13 later. So we have k squared out here minus this is 6k. So as I said, this 4 plus 9 will be 13. So that 13 will be written out here. Okay. So this is equals to, this is my h square plus 16k square, yes, plus this is my 9. So this is my 2 into, okay, so let's simplify this. So this is my minus 4hk minus 12k plus 3h. Okay, now open up the bracket, get everything to left hand side. Okay, so we get, see here, 17h square is there. So this h square comes out here, becomes minus, so becomes 16h square. Okay, now similarly we have, okay, so let me keep first k square. 17k square is there. Okay, this comes out here, becomes minus 16k square. So this gives me plus k square only. Yes. Okay, now we have got, see here carefully, we have got 4h, 4k, we'll keep it aside for now. So first let's get this hk out here. Okay, so this is my minus 8hk, isn't it? This much is minus 8hk. So when it comes this side, this becomes plus 8hk. Okay, so the ones whose power is more will be kept in front. For example, h is having 2, k is having 2. So here it is, h is having 1, k is having 1. So altogether it will give me 2. Okay, now we will keep h aside, k aside. Okay, so here we have 17 into 4 is 68, isn't it? So minus 68 h is there. Remember, minus 68 h is there. Now from here, how many h are there? Let's see. 3 into 2 is 6. So sign is plus. So when it comes over here, becomes minus. So minus 6 will give me minus 74, isn't it? So I have minus 74 h. Okay, now we have k. K is, okay, so we have got 6k. So 6 into 7. So let's multiply here. Okay, so we have 6 into 7, 42, carried over 4, 6 ones are 6, carried over 4, will give me 102, isn't it? So 6 7s are 42, carried over 4, 6 ones are 6, plus 4 is 102. Okay, so these many, what is that? K. Okay, and what is the sign? Sign is again minus. So minus 102 k is there in the left hand side. So in the right hand side, let's see how much do we have. So in the right hand side, this is my k, isn't it? So again, this is minus 12 into 2 is 24, minus 24 comes over here, becomes plus 24. So that means we need to subtract here. So the bigger sign will be minus. So 12 minus 4 is 8, 9 minus 2 is 7. So it will be minus 78k, isn't it? Okay, so here we have got, see here carefully, 17 into 13. Okay, so let's see how much is 17 into 13. So 17 into 13, so 3 7s are 21, so 3 1s are 3, so it will be 1 2 2, so it's 221 in the left hand side. What will be the sign? 17 into plus is there, so it will be plus 221. Here we have got only 9, isn't it? So the only constant term here is 9. So this plus 9 comes over here, becomes minus 9. So let's see. So 11 minus 9 is 2. So we have got 1 out here. So it will be plus 212 equals to 0. Okay. So this is just the simplification part of this. Now at last what you need to do is, you'll write, therefore equation of the parabola is, so you will write instead of h you have to write x, and instead of k you have to write y. Okay, so that's what will be my final answer. So it will be 16x square plus y square plus 8xy minus 74x minus 78y plus 212 equals to 0. Okay, so you may pause the video and note it down. Now we'll learn, or rather we'll see some standard equation of a parabola. Okay, so the standard parabola will be drawn on the xy coordinate system. So this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. Okay, and after drawing the diagram, I'm going to explain you few important terminologies also. Okay, so for example, this is my first kind of parabola. Okay, and the equation of this will be equals to, remember, suppose if this is my focus, this is my focus S with the coordinates, since it is lying on the x-axis, let me take the coordinate of this to be a comma 0. Why 0? Because you are not moving towards y-axis. So for this kind of parabola, okay, where this, okay, so where this point passes through, or the parabola passes through origin, then this kind of parabola equation will be y square equals to 4ax. Okay, so remember, you take anywhere, see this side, we know that this side the value of x will always be positive, isn't it? And what is this? A is also positive, right? So y is square, no matter whatever is the value of y square will be positive, right? So 4a is also positive. So if you take this to the denominator, you get positive by positive. That means x is always positive, isn't it? So x will be positive only in this way. So that's why this parabola will be having the equation, this one. Okay, now in the same way, if I ask you, tell me what will be the equation of this parabola. So this is my parabola which is going towards the negative x-axis. So this is negative, isn't it? So that's why here it will be y square equals to minus 4ax, where the focus is given by, so since it is lying in the x-axis but it is in the negative, so that's why I'm taking minus a comma 0 to be the focus for this case. So the equation of this will be y square equals to minus 4ax. Okay, now after this is this parabola, okay, and after this is this parabola. Okay, so since this is lying to the positive side of y-axis, so that's why if this is my focus, now this time I'm taking the focus to be 0 comma a. You know why I'm taking 0 comma a? Why 0 out here? Because 0 is due to the point lying on the y-axis. If the point is on the y-axis, then abscissa will always be equals to 0. Okay, now for this the equation will be just opposite, that is x square equals to 4ay. Similarly, if this is my focus with the coordinate 0 comma minus a, then this parabola's equation will be x square equals to minus 4ay. I hope this thing is clear to you. So these are the different standard equations, and few things that you need to remember here is something called, okay, so Directrix, remember, so Directrix will be lying somewhere out here for this, okay, and the midpoint of this and this, okay, the midpoint of this and this will be exactly origin, and this point, okay, or the line where focus is lying is known as axis. So this is called your axis, this is Directrix. Okay, so this is your Directrix. So this is my axis, this is Directrix. Okay, this point is called vertex. What do we call it? We call it vertex. Okay, now this is my vertex, and another is this line. Okay, so what is this? This is a chord which is perpendicular to the axis and which passes through the focus. So this line is called lattice rectum. Okay, so these are the things that you need to remember out here. Now before we proceed with the problems on finding vertex, focus, axis, directrix and lattice rectum, we need to refer to this particular table. Okay, so basically you need to memorize this particular table. Now with the assumption that you have memorized the table, let's begin with this problem. So you need to find the vertex, focus, axis, directrix and lattice rectum of the following parabola. Okay, let's see. So this is my parabola, and this is looking somewhat like y square equals to 4ax, isn't it? Okay, so let me write this as 1. Okay, so comparing 1 with y square equals to 4ax, if I compare this with this, we see that the coefficient of x is 4a and the coefficient of x is 8. So then we get 4a will be equals to 8, isn't it? Coefficient of x is 4a, coefficient of x is 8. So from here we get that a is equals to 2. Okay, now for this kind of parabola, for y square equals to 4ax, what is my vertex? Vertex will be origin. Yes. What is focus? Focus will be a comma 0. What is a? A is 2 comma 0, right? So this is my focus, a comma 0, that is 2 comma 0. Next is axis. So what is axis? X-axis, isn't it? Axis will be x-axis, remember. Next is directrix. So directrix will be line parallel to y-axis, isn't it? So directrix will be x equals to minus 2, or if we take this to the left hand side, you will get x plus 2 equals to 0. So that's also fine. Next is lattice rectum. So lattice rectum is always equals to 4a, isn't it? So 4 into a is how much? A is 2. So that's why my lattice rectum will turn out to be 8 for me. Okay, now this is my lattice rectum. Let's see for this case now. Now since there is x square out here, so let me reduce this into x square equals to another form. So this will go out there, so it becomes 1 by 4 y, and let me call this as 1. Alright, now this looks somewhat similar to x square minus is there, no? So x square equals to minus 4ay. Okay, so comparing 1 with x square equals to minus 4ay, what will happen? I'll get that 4a will be equals to 1 by 4. So we get 4a equals to 1 by 4. So from here what is a? A turns out to be 1 by 16, isn't it? So therefore you are asked to find what? You are asked to find vertex. So vertex will be again origin. My focus is there, so focus will be equals to, what will be the focus? So this is the last kind of parabola, right? Yes, so that's why the focus for this will be 0 comma minus a, and a is 1 by 16. Okay, next is axis. So axis will be y-axis this time. Okay, and what is directrix? So directrix will be equal to how much? It will be, okay, so directrix will be equals to, this time the directrix will be parallel to x-axis, so that's why it will be y equals to, at a distance of 1 by 16. So y equals to 1 by 16 will be the directrix, and my lattice rectum will be equals to again 4a. So 4 into a is 1 by 16. So my lattice rectum turns out to be 1 by 4 in this case. Okay, so you may pause the video and note it down. So here, let me take this parabola. So whenever you see this kind of parabola, what you need to do is you will take x to the right hand side, or whichever is having greater power. Okay, that means, or let me say one thing, we'll keep one variable to the left hand side and the other variable will go to the other side. Okay, so if I do that, then we have y square minus 4y equals to 3x minus 1. Okay, so the same variable is kept one side, and the remaining will be sent to the other side. Now next thing, remember what you need to do is whichever is having greater power. For example, here we see that the variable y is having more power, so that particular part has to be converted into perfect square. How to convert? Let's see. So we'll keep this as a square minus 2ab plus b square. A square minus 2ab plus b square will give me a perfect square, that is a minus b whole square, isn't it? So why only minus? I can take plus also, no? But here we see that minus, so that's why I am writing minus out here. Okay, fine. So a square means y square. So if this is my a, then a square minus 2a will be y itself, because you have written y, so that's why y has to be here also. Okay, so a square minus 2ab. Now I have to choose one number such that I'll get 4y. Obviously that number is how much? 2, isn't it? Because 2 into 2 is 4, so 4 into y is 4y. Okay, so that means this becomes my b now. So if this is my b, then I have to write b square also. Yes, but this is extra, so I have to balance this. So we have got 3x minus 1 out here. So in order to balance this 2 square, I'll put one more 2 square out here. Now are they same? Yes, definitely. So what is this? A square minus 2ab plus b square. So this is a minus b whole square. Okay, equals to, this is 4, isn't it? So if this is my 4, so 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 is common, so we see that 3 is common and x minus 1 is kept inside. Okay, now if I write this as x dash square equals to, this is y dash square equals to 3x dash, where x dash is equals to x minus 1, okay, and y dash is equals to y minus 2. Try to understand what am I doing here. So instead of x minus 1 I am writing x dash, okay, and instead of y minus 2 I am writing y dash. Now see, this is also like equation of parabola, isn't it? Y square equals to 3x, but here what am I doing? I have introduced a new variable, that is y dash. Now what am I doing here is I am using shifting of origin concept, which we have done when we started straight lines. Okay, so that's why in this case, okay, so in this case we are asked to find what? We are asked to find vertex. So my vertex will be 0 0 origin for this kind of equation, that is y square equals to 3x. This is in the standard form, right? So for standard form my origin will be the vertex. But here in this standard form, what are the variables? The variables are x dash and y dash. That means this 0 is x dash and this 0 is y dash, because we have changed the variable. Remember that you have to be very, very careful when you do this thing. Okay, now that means what is x dash actually? X dash is x minus 1. And what is y dash? Y dash is y minus 2 equals to 0 0. But our original variable is x and y, isn't it? See, this is the x and y are the original variables. So that's why from here we need to find the value of x and y. So x minus 1 is 0, that means x is equals to 1 goes over there, becomes 1. Okay, and y minus 2 equals to 0 means y equals to 2. So what is my vertex? So my vertex will be 1 comma 2. Are you finding it easy now? Okay, so when you practice it, you will definitely understand. Okay, so next is focus. So let's find focus. Now in order to find focus, so focus will be again x dash y dash equals to, now for this my focus will be equals to, okay, so before that, okay, so this is my 4a, isn't it? Y square equals to 4x. So if this is my 4a, then that is 4a is 3, then what is the value of a? A is 3 by 4, isn't it? So my focus for y square equals to 3x or 4ax, y square equals to 4ax will be, what will be the focus? Focus will be a comma 0, that is 3 by 4 comma 0, isn't it? So we have x dash is x minus 1 and y dash is y minus 2 equals to 3 by 4 comma 0. So from here again we have x comma y equals to, so this becomes 3 by 4, so this minus 1 goes over there, becomes plus 1, and similarly this minus 2 goes over there, becomes 2. So that's why my focus will turn out to be, so this is 7 by 4 comma 2. So this is my focus for this particular parabola. Okay, next is we are asked to find axis. Yes, so this time we are finding axis, and for y square equals to 4ax, my axis will be x axis, isn't it? And what is the equation of x axis? The equation of x axis is y equals to 0, but this time we don't have y, we have y dash. So y dash equals to 0. So what is y dash actually? Y dash is y minus 2. So y minus 2 is equals to 0. So y equals to 2 will be the axis of this particular parabola. Okay, now next is directrix. So what is the equation of directrix? So equation of directrix for this will be equals to what? It will be equals to x, that is x dash, instead of x we have x dash, so that's why I'm writing x dash is equals to minus a, and how much is a? A is 3 by 4, isn't it? So what is x dash actually? X dash is equal to, x dash is equals to x minus 1. So x minus 1 is equals to minus 3 by 4. So we have from here x is equals to 1 minus 3 by 4, that is x is equals to 1 by 4. So this is my directrix, and at last we need to find lattice rectum. So it is 4a. Okay, so 4 into a is 3 by 4. So that's why my lattice rectum turns out to be 3 in this case. Okay, so this question is easy only, so try few sums based on this particular thing. So pause the video and note it down. Okay, now you are asked to find the equation of the parabola if focus and vertex are given. So let me quickly draw one rough diagram. So this is my okay, so let me call this a little bit directrix. This is my parabola. So focus will be out here, yes, vertex is this one, so let me write this as V. Okay, so when you find the equation of a parabola, what do you need? You need focus, because we know that SP is equals to PM, isn't it? So using this only we find the equation of parabola as we started in the beginning. Okay, so SP equals to PM. To use this, focus is already given, isn't it? So focus is given, and M is the point on the directrix, isn't it? So basically we need to find the perpendicular distance of moving point from, or of that moving point to the directrix, isn't it? Okay, so for that, for finding perpendicular distance, we need the equation of directrix, isn't it? But we don't know what is the equation of directrix, but instead we note the vertex. Okay, now see here carefully. To find the equation of this, see, our first aim is to find the equation of this directrix. Since this is a straight line, we need to know what is the slope of this. Okay, so first find what is the slope. Okay, and another thing that we need is the point through which it passes. That means the point through which this directrix passes. So if that point is x1, y1, and if the slope is m, then what will be the equation of this? The equation will be y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So this becomes the equation of this directrix. So my aim is going to be to find the slope of this and to find the point through which this passes. Now if you see here carefully, this line or directrix passes through this point. So let me call this as alpha beta. Okay, and we know that this alpha beta, or let me call this vertex. Now this vertex is the midpoint of this and focus, isn't it? Okay, now we know that this is your axis. Yes, this is directrix, this is your axis, and we know that directrix and axis, they cut each other in 90-degree angle. Yes, so that's why we can say that this and this line both are perpendicular to each other. That means the slope of this line and the slope of this line will be, the product of the slope of this line and this line will be equals to -1. Okay, so that's why I'm writing here, let alpha comma beta be the point of intersection between directrix and axis. Okay, so alpha comma beta is the point of intersection of directrix and the axis. So therefore vertex, okay, so let me write, hence vertex is the midpoint of focus and alpha comma beta. Okay, so you have to write focus and alpha comma beta. All right, so therefore is so see, what is the focus? Focus is 0 comma -3, and what is vertex? Vertex is given to be -1 comma -3. So that's why I can say that -1 is alpha plus 0 whole divided by 2. Yes, so we say therefore -1 is equals to alpha plus -0 divided by 2, and -3 is equals to beta plus -3. Okay, so -3 is equals to beta plus -3 by 2. Okay, so if I do that, then we see that alpha turns out to be -2 and beta turns out to be, so beta turns out to this -6, so this comes over here because +3, so beta turns out to be -3. Okay, so we got the point through which the directrix passes. Now another thing is we have to find the slope, isn't it? So also slope of axis into slope of directrix will give me -1, as they are perpendicular to each other. Now let's find what is the slope of axis. So to find the slope of axis, we know the two coordinates, this and this, or you know this as well, so you can make use of this and this. Okay, so y2 minus y1, so y2 is minus 3 minus y1, that is beta. Beta is how much? Minus 3, yes, divided by, I'm sorry, x2 minus x1. x2 is 0 minus x1, that is minus 2. So 0 minus of minus 2 into slope of directrix will be equals to minus 1, isn't it? And how much is this? This is equals to 0, isn't it? So what is this? This means that this is full thing is 0, remember. Okay, so this means that slope of directrix will be equals to, okay, so minus 1 divided by 0 is what? It's undefined, isn't it? So if this is the case, now if this is the case, or you can write this as minus 1 comma 0, I'm sorry, minus 1 by 0, that's okay, but this is undefined. So let's put the value of slope and this point, that is x1 y1, that is alpha comma beta in this, and let's see what is the equation of directrix. Okay, so therefore equation of directrix is, okay, so we have y minus y1, y1 is beta, right? So what is beta? Beta is minus 3, so this becomes plus 3 equals to slope is minus 1 by 0, okay, x minus x1. x1 is alpha. How much is alpha? Alpha is minus 2, so that's why we'll get this much. Yes, okay, so this 0 comes over here, multiplies with this, and we get 0. So we get minus of this will be equals to 0. So in other words, if I simplify this, we get x plus 2 equals to 0. So this is the equation of directrix. Now we got the equation of directrix, we have got the focus. So after this you need to use SP equals to PM formula and you need to find your answer. So your answer turns out to be, okay, so answer I'm writing here, you will complete it by yourself. So your answer turns out to be y square plus 6y minus 4x plus 5 equals to 0. Okay, so you may pause the video and note it down. Now again the problem is similar. Instead, this time focus is not given, but we have been given directrix and vertex. Again, we had to draw a rough diagram out here. So this is, if this is my parabola, this is my axis, this becomes my focus, this becomes my directrix. You have to draw a rough diagram out here. Okay, now this is my vertex. Yes, okay, so what is given? Let's see. So vertex is given, which is 2 comma 1, and your directrix is given, that is x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. You have to write in general form only. Okay, so vertex is given, this is given. So in order to find the equation of parabola, we need to know what is the focus. Okay, now in order to know the focus, we should know this coordinate also. So let me call this coordinate to be alpha comma beta again. Okay, now if this is my alpha comma beta, okay, then we say that 2 comma 1 will be the midpoint of alpha comma beta and s, isn't it? So first let's find what is the value of alpha comma beta. Okay, now in order to find alpha comma beta, see that the coordinate of this is given, the coordinate of this is given. Okay, now can you find what is the slope of this axis? Definitely, you have got 2 points. So using y2 minus y1 whole divided by x2 minus x1, you will be able to find what is the slope of axis. Okay, so let's find what is slope of axis. Slope of axis will be equals to y2 minus y1, that is 1 minus beta, or you want to write beta minus 1, that's also fine. So beta minus 1 divided by alpha minus 2. So this is the slope of axis. Okay, now the slope of this. Okay, so if ax plus by plus c equals to 0 is the given equation of line in general form, then the slope will be minus a by b. We have learnt all these things, right? So slope is given by minus a by b. So for this, a is 1 and b is minus 1. So slope of directrix is equals to how much? It is minus a is 1 and b is minus 1. So the slope of directrix is 1 in this case. Okay, so therefore we must have this into this will be equals to, the product of two slopes will be minus 1. Yes, so we have beta minus 1 divided by alpha minus 2 into 1 will be equals to minus 1. So from here we'll arrive at one equation. Okay, so from here we see that beta minus 1 will be equals to minus alpha plus 2, and from here we see that alpha plus beta will be equals to 3, and let me call this as equation 1. Okay, now also since alpha and beta lies on this line, this alpha beta satisfies this equation. Yes, so as alpha beta lies on x minus y plus 1 equals to 0, we have, so instead of x I can write alpha, and instead of y I can write beta. Okay, so we have alpha minus beta plus 1 equals to 0, that is alpha minus beta is equals to minus 1. Let me call this as 2. So there are two equations, 1 and 2. Solve them, find the value of alpha beta, you will get the coordinate of this. Okay, and call the coordinate of this to be h comma k. Okay, so solving 1 and 2, alpha turns out to be let's see 1, and beta turns out to be 2. Okay, so these are the values of alpha and beta. So this is my 1 and beta turns out to be 2, right? So if this is my h comma k, then again 2 comma 1 will be the midpoint of this and this. Yes, so I don't have space out here, so let me write this way. So 2 comma 1 is the midpoint of this, so that's why this 2 will be equals to 1 plus h by 2, and this 1 will be equals to 2 plus k by 2, isn't it? So from here let's see what is h. So h turns out to be 2 into 2 4, minus 1 is 3, and k turns out to be 0. So we got our focus. Yes, so focus is h comma k, that is 3 comma 0. Now see here, we have got the focus, we have got the directrix. Now again use SP equals to PM and find what will be the equation of parabola. Now I am writing the equation out here. Your answer will turn out to be, so your answer will turn out to be x square plus y square minus 2xy minus 4x minus 4y plus 4 equals to 0. So this will be the equation of parabola if you use SP equals to PM. So pause the video and note it down. So here is another question on parabola which says, find the equation of the parabola whose focus is 1 1 and tangent at the vertex is x plus y equals to 1. Now again this is a bit different question. So in order to understand this, again you need to draw the diagram. Okay, so this is my diagram with focus is given. So focus is 1 comma 1. Okay, and it is given that the tangent at the vertex, so this is my vertex, so tangent at this will be this, isn't it? So this is given to be x plus y minus 1 equals to 0. Simple. Okay, now in order to find the equation of this parabola, again we need to find what is focus, which is already given, and we need to find what is the equation of the directrix. Now again, in order to find the equation of directrix, what do we need? We need this point, yes, and we need the slope of this. Okay, so in order to find this point, first we'll find what is this vertex. Okay, so if I call the vertex to be again alpha comma beta, if vertex is alpha comma beta, then we see that this line, this tangent and this axis, they are at right angles, isn't it? So that means the product of the slope of this and the slope of axis will be equals to minus 1. Okay, so the same concept I am going to use out here. Okay, so we have slope of tangent. So what is slope of tangent? Minus a by b. So a is 1, b is also 1. So it will be minus 1 by 1, which is minus 1. Okay, and what is slope of your axis? So slope of axis will be equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So we must have product of this and this equals to minus 1. Yes, so we have beta minus 1 into alpha minus 1 into minus 1 equals to minus 1. So we have from here, this minus 1 goes out there, so minus and minus gets cancelled, so only 1 will be left. So beta minus 1, or you have beta minus 1 whole divided by alpha minus 1 equals to 1. So if you do cross multiplication, you will get alpha minus 1 equals to beta minus 1. Yes, so from here you see that alpha is equal to beta. Okay, now next is again this alpha beta lies on this line. Yes, so as alpha beta lies on what? As alpha beta lies on this x plus y minus 1 equals to 0, we have, so as I said, instead of x I can write alpha. Yes, instead of x I can write alpha, and instead of y I can write beta. So if I do that, we have alpha plus beta minus 1 equals to 0. So what is alpha? Alpha is equals to beta. Yes, so beta plus beta is equals to 1. So from here beta turns out to be half. Yes, and as alpha and beta both are equal, so therefore this will be equals to alpha. Okay, so therefore we got the coordinate of this, which is half comma half. Okay, now we need to find what is the coordinate of this. Let me call this to be h comma k. Now you know that these two are parallel. See, this tangent and directrix are parallel. Yes, so we see that slope of directrix will be equals to slope of tangent because they are parallel. Okay, so that's why slope of directrix will be equals to slope of tangent, which is minus 1. Okay, now if h comma k is the midpoint, if h comma k is the point of intersection of directrix and the axis, then alpha comma beta will be the midpoint of h comma k and 1 comma 1, isn't it? So that's why we have, see here carefully, that alpha. So what is the value of alpha? Alpha is half. So half will be equals to h plus 1 whole divided by 2. Yes, and similarly beta is half is equal to k plus 1 divided by 2. Yes, so this and this gets cancelled. Similarly, this and this gets cancelled, so s turns out to be 0 and k also turns out to be 0. So that means the coordinate of this is 0 comma 0. So therefore directrix is y minus y1. What is y1? Y1 is equals to how much? Y1 is k, isn't it? So k is 0 equals to slope. Slope is minus 1 into x minus x1. x1 is h, which is again 0. So from here we see that this will turn out to be x plus y is equal to 0. So this is my directrix. Focus is also given. So use SP equals to PM and find what will be the equation. So the equation turns out to be, okay, so I'm sorry, in the earlier question, your answer was given to be something, right? So that is the answer for this question. So that means the answer for this is x square plus y square minus 2xy minus 4x minus 4y plus 4 equals to 0. This is the answer for this particular question. Now for earlier question, your answer will be earlier. For earlier, your answer will be x square plus y square minus 14x plus 2y plus 2xy plus 17 equals to 0. So this will be the answer for earlier question. So pause the video and note it down.